Hello, everybody. Hope you're all okay on this Sunday evening. Oh my gosh, so much to talk about on this week's Let's Talk Rochdale. We've got so much to unpack as well from that Scunthorpe game on Wednesday to those dramatic scenes yesterday to then obviously previewing that Morecambe game we have on Good Friday. So before we get involved and get into it all, I'm just quickly going to share it out on all the socials because, as I always say, Twitter is a pain at the moment. It is a real pain. So I'm just going to share it all out. But I hope you are all okay, by the way, everybody, and hope you are all having a lovely weekend. Oh, so much to get talking about, though. Honestly, I don't know where to start, to be honest. I really do not know where to start. But just wait and see. Oh, we've got some people in the chat, some lovely people in the chat. So we do have Marcelo. Hello, Marcelo. Hope you're okay. He has put, good evening to our beautiful and amazing hostess, Shah, and everyone coming in tonight, minus the crap weather right now. Rodney and Hendo bringing the sunshine. Oh, I cannot wait to talk about this. We do have a little bit to talk about other than that at the moment. We will get onto it though, but everybody's talking about our celebrations as well, aren't they? Like, literally everybody online I have seen talking about those celebrations from yesterday and the absolute limbs of our fans. I'm so gutted I wasn't there and being part of it yesterday because those celebrations, they are the moments of football that we will always cherish. And yeah, it was fantastic, wasn't it? But I'm going to start first. We've not really spoke about it, but the goalkeeper situation. Oh, 1 minute, sorry. Well, Scunthorpe, we did bottle it, and I was worried about that pressure is getting to the players, sorry. I did get a little bit annoyed. I'm going to admit, on Wednesday, I was a little bit annoyed. We will talk about that game, Chris. First of all, though, the goalkeeper situation. I just wanted to talk about it because I saw a lot of mixed reviews, and I don't know why, if I'm being honest. I know there was rumours about us getting Louis Molden back, possibly. Obviously, Broom as well, who we all thought was going to come back because of obviously what we've seen previously from him. We thought, oh, he's going to be the perfect fit. He's not currently on loan anywhere at the moment. So we all thought Broom would just make sense to come back. We did obviously get Winterbottom, the goalkeeper at Barrow. He is the second string goalkeeper, the one who we were linked with in the summer. There was a lot of rumours flying around. Would he come to us? Because previously it was at AFC Fylde. We've obviously seen what he could do at AFC Fylde. That home game where we played against him, I thought he was brilliant. It was exceptional that day. And obviously I followed him throughout when he's played at AFC Fylde. And I honestly think he has been absolutely fantastic for them. And then obviously we were linked with him. I thought it really would make sense, to be honest, us bringing Winterbottom in. I just thought, obviously, National League experience is somebody who's familiar, obviously local to AFC Fylde, so it just made sense. But then didn't happen. He signed for Barrow, and obviously we've seen what Barrow have done this season. They are really struggling at the bottom, inconsistent. When it comes to managers as well, I don't know if there's stuff going on behind the scenes, but managers are leaving left, right and centre at Barrow. So it does seem very unsettled at the moment from that perspective. So when I saw Ben Winterbottom's name linked with us, and obviously then we've got him now for these two games, part of me thought, is it getting ready for in the summer? Will we potentially, if Barrow do get relegated, will we potentially be looking to bring him in as our permanent goalkeeper? Because let's have it right, as great and as fantastic as Oliver Watmouth is, which he is, he's not going to stay with us. There's going to be several higher clubs who want to keep Oliver Watmouth, whether it's loan, whether they come in and buy him. I know, I think it was Brighton were looking at him from the Premier League to play in their academy, maybe have as a second string keeper, but then Manchester City have put a real substantial price tag on him because they really, really rate him. They think very, very highly of Oliver Watmouth. So I'm wondering whether obviously he will go to a Premier League club or whether they will loan him back out to possibly a Championship club, because I feel he could do that, Oliver Watmouth. I think he's been fantastic. And I really do think this season in the National League for him has been vital. The experience, the learning curve, just everything for Oliver Watmouth. I think he has been so good this season, but we need to just get with it now. We are not going to sign him. We are not going to get him again. This is our only season now we will have with him. It's sad because this guy I absolutely adore. He has been fantastic. I think he will really, really go far as well, Oliver Watmouth. But maybe we look at getting someone like Ben Winterbottom, especially if obviously Barrow do get relegated. I think he does have the capabilities, the attributes to be a regular starter for Rochdale. And I think that's something we have lacked recently. The lone goalkeepers we have been absolutely fantastic, haven't they? Your Louis Moldens, obviously Broom, your Sam Wallers, Oliver Watmouth. But I think it's time for us now, especially if we do end up getting promoted, which fingers crossed, hopefully we do. I think we need that settled goalkeeper now, because we rely on goalkeeping loans too much, and they do pay off. They've been fantastic, but we've not had a starting keeper. Obviously, that was ours since Richard O'Donnell. We do have Tom Miles, but I think he's just not quite ready yet to be a first team starting regular goalkeeper, if I'm being honest. Just really quickly as well, in the chat, we do have Chris. He's put, I thought Ben did okay. He made some good saves. Even Barrow fans saying he should be their number one. I think he's fantastic, honestly. I thought it was really, really good. I know a couple of our fans were blaming him, especially at Scunthorpe, for a couple of the goals, but I just think it was errors from our defence, to be honest. The first one, I will get into a little bit more, but I think Callum Perry was very, very sloppy. He could have done better. And the second one, obviously Berger going down for a free kick. It didn't happen, that free kick. They got given a corner and then obviously we scored. So if I'm being quite honest, I do not blame the keeper for either of them. I think it was individual errors from our players, to be honest. And I think it's always hard being a goalkeeper and going into a team where you're not familiar with, and the whole defence is not familiar with as well. I know it's hard for any player coming in on the first day. It's quite daunting and stuff, but I think it's really, really hard for a goalkeeper to do that when obviously they need to learn and kind of build that partnership with the whole back line. So I think he's done a phenomenal job since he's been our goalkeeper for the past 2 games. And yeah, some of the saves he's made as well has been fantastic. I really do like and rate Winterbottom. We have as well, if Cardiff get promoted to the Championship, he might go. Yeah, he might go there. Oliver Watmouth. There's been strong rumours, hasn't there? Neil has put, congrats on yesterday. You deserve a success. Oh, thank you so, so much. I really appreciate that. Honestly, it was, I still can't get my head around the fact they asked me. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We've got as well, can we mention the fact that we won against York and then Rochdale to mess it up against Scunthorpe? We can. I want to say, I've already said it as well on the EFL show, but massive thank you to Gateshead. I love Gateshead right now. They are a team now I have a soft spot for massively. It was just a shame, obviously, we didn't capitalise on it. I will get onto that in a second now when we talk about the game, but yeah, Frustrating. Yeah, join up with Barry Murphy at Cardiff, 100% think he will. And up the Dale and Defoe to Woking. Oh my God, really? The Scunthorpe second goal, Ben probably didn't even see the ball until it was past him as Zia plays in front of him. That is true. Honestly, completely true. Me and Keaton Ward are Twitter besties. Love that. Love that. Right. Should we all talk about that Scunthorpe game? It's frustrating. Very, very, very frustrating. But I'm going to be honest, I expected it. A lot of York fans, I'm gonna route him as well. Morgan, bless him, in our group chat, our non-league group chat, he was basically saying, he said it a few times now, like, it's over. The title race is over. And it really was, like, he was struggling to come to terms, bless him, with the loss. And he was like, oh, what's going to happen now? It's over. And I said straight away, I went, Morgan, you need to chill. We haven't played yet. And we, honestly, it would not surprise me if, obviously, we did drop points. I don't think I necessarily thought we were going to lose. But from the game we played against them at our place, I honestly had in my mind that we were going to drop points. And the fact that the last few times we have had chance to capitalise and build a little bit of a cushion at the top, we have failed to do that. So, yeah, I actually thought we were going to drop points, if I'm being quite honest. Didn't expect it to go in the way that it finally did go. Just reminded me of Halifax away so badly. But yeah, I just thought the reasons to dropping points was we didn't, and this was before Ben Winterbottom obviously got announced and came in, we didn't have that settled goalkeeper. It's a huge loss with Oliver Watmouth. I think Ben Winterbottom did a very, very good job, as I have just spoke about. Obviously, I thought the pitch, even though I don't think it was too bad, and as bad as obviously Scunthorpe fans said it has been in previous games, I thought, will that pitch stop us from playing the kind of football that we do like to play? Because we've seen from our own experience on obviously the pitches, and at Dale last season, we have struggled to obviously play football on a pitch like that, and even Halifax away last season as well, we did the same. So I thought there's that to think about. Obviously, we're missing Taryn as well. Fantastic from Luke Hannon, who I will get on to. He is such a good player, as I mentioned last time. He excites me so much, Luke Hannon. And part of me just thought the way Scunthorpe play and those physical players, would we struggle? And obviously that did show when Jim McNulty made his substitutions the second half. Just really, really quickly going back to the chat before I do carry on. Yeah, it brought flashbacks back from Halifax. Yeah, completely agree, Chris. Completely agree. I said it was over yesterday when Sutton scored that worldie, but things changed. Honestly, we're so reactionary, us fans, aren't we? I was the same after this game too, to be honest. So reactionary. And Marcelo, he has put, I thought out of all the games, this Scunthorpe one was the one I was thinking it could be a banana skin at 2-0. I couldn't believe it, but a point was fair. The drop points, but positive, still top. Yeah, completely. To be honest, if we weren't 2-0 up, I don't think I would have been as reactionary. And I don't think I would have minded that point. Like, in hindsight, it is a fantastic point. It's just a way, obviously, we're 2-0 up and then we drop those points again, similar to Halifax. And it just felt like, and obviously now I'm completely level-headed and chilled about it. But at the time, it just reminded me so much of like last season and the mentality of last season. And I just thought the substitutions Jim did against Scunthorpe really did like affect how the rest of the game panned out, if I'm being quite honest. We've got in the chat as well. Getting 41 years old, but not lost his fox in the box. Sorry, Morecambe, your next gen. Oh, no. Scunthorpe pitch was awful, wasn't I? Was the worst I've seen this season. Yeah, they've already spoke about the pitch, and I know a lot of Scunthorpe fans, to be fair, when I was talking to them, and I have been talking to them throughout the season, they have said obviously the pitch is the major issue. Our pitch obviously was the same. Halifax, I know they've had their struggles in the past as well, haven't they? So yeah, it wasn't ideal, don't get me wrong, but we were 2-0 up, wasn't we? So I don't think it was necessarily down to the pitch in that aspect. Obviously, very good start to the game, wasn't it? The Scunthorpe game. We've got the man, Manny D. We love Manny D. But first of all, honestly, Manny D. I was just flicking through Twitter, sorry, and Manny D came up then. That's why I said it. But yes, Luke Hannon. Can we talk about Luke Hannon and Luke Hannon's goal? Luke Hannon's goal. What a great way to obviously make it was his away debut. I know we came on at home, obviously for a few minutes against Brackley, but for him to come on, obviously, and score a goal like that, especially when Oldham fans have been saying to us, like, oh, you can have him, he's not been doing well for us, or bad attitude and all that kind of shebang. For him to come on and then score a goal like that, I thought was absolutely brilliant. Like, this is what sometimes infuriates me with our team, because it's fantastic, the football we play and the possession-based football that Jim plays. But I feel like sometimes just shoot. And we had the same with Devante Rodney yesterday. We've obviously had the same with Luke Hannon. We've seen the likes of Casey Petit as well with his fantastic goals. Just shoot. Seriously. And he did. And what a fantastic goal, obviously, from him. So Dale did go 1-0 up at half time. He did. Really quickly. Bear with me. Just going back to the chat. Chris has put as well, I will keep talking and then I will go back to the chat, so don't worry. I will not forget to read your comments out. Chris has mentioned, we all know it's destiny, that it's going to come down to the final game of the season and my nerves will be wrecked. Might need to keep an eye on my blood pressure. Honestly, the whole of the footballing world wants it to come down to that last day, apart from us Rochdale fans. Honestly, I cannot deal with that. Because, as I've said, York's goal difference is like them having an extra point, isn't it? Because it is so good. So good. Say a footballer, I will make an edit. Ooh. Do you mean a Dale player or just any player in general? Because if you are doing a Dale player, go for Conor McBride. But if it's just a player in general, Sergio Ramos. Love Sergio Ramos. We've got as well David in the chat. I said after 3 games, if Dale are on top still, they'll deserve it. 1 left for Michael. As well, that first touch was insane, but his finish was incredible. I said to my dad, who hasn't seen him, he's decent. We were sat in the club bar and he turned around and said, okay, I'll give you that one. Honestly, I know I spoke about it on last week's show, but Luke Hannon, I really rate him. I think he's fantastic. I wanted him in the summer as well when he left Gateshead. And yeah, he's just showing his qualities. Do you know what I loved as well? The celebrations from yesterday when he went running across the pitch to celebrate with the players. And that is a player who was just signed for us. It's fantastic. It was a great long ball move. Ben with the ball that got flicked on by Manny D, and great goal by Luke. I know, that's why. Manny D. Manny D. I love him so much. I love that guy. I love him. Come on, 5 to go. Be finished by York last match. I'm already celebrating our victories this season. I'm hoping and praying it is done. Hoping and praying it's done. See a footballer, I'll make an edit. Yeah. Conor McBride for Rochdale. I love Conor McBride. Or Sergio Ramos. Definitely. We will talk about Conor McBride as well when we get on to yesterday's game. I've been saying we need to get this guy on. You changed it. And how fantastic that we've sold out our home sections for the York game. So the atmosphere will be immense. Honestly, I'm so happy we have done that. The only thing is, though, I'm hoping some of these fans obviously go to the next 2 home games as well beforehand. Obviously, Morecambe and Wealdstone, because it would be amazing to obviously get the atmosphere up for those 2 games as well to get the team through it. We've got Flawless as well. He has put in a chat. Well, hello, Charlotte. Nice to see you. Hope you are all good. Always a pleasure to see you as well, Flawless. Thank you so much for coming in and supporting my channel. If anybody wants to keep up to date with Flawless's channel, he does some fantastic content. Go and subscribe to him. He is Sarcasm City. Do it. Do it. I'll see you here at the end of the season, Charlotte. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. We're very happy at the end of the season. But yeah, still talking about obviously that Scunthorpe game. Went in at half-time, 1-0 up because of that wonder goal by Luke Cannon. We've obviously described the fantastic work from Manny D, Winterbottom as well. Brilliant leading up to play for that goal. As soon as we came out then at half-time, I thought, yes, here we go. When we got our second goal, I thought, we are right up for it here. We're going to do it. We're going to score more goals. Obviously, AD Barlow, 51st minute, was a mistake by the keeper. I mean, what was that keeper doing, first and foremost? Oh, good for us, but from like a Scunthorpe point of view, what was he doing? But AD Barlow was obviously there, capitalised on that mistake, and he did score. Always nice as well seeing AD Barlow score, because I know he has struggled a little bit this season compared to last season. I know we've obviously got a lot of quality starting for us attacking wise at the moment. We have a lot of quality coming off the bench too. So it's just not really worked out for AD Barlow this season, which is such a shame because we've seen obviously what he can do last season. But yeah, really, really good to see him score. So we go 2-0 up. Honestly. I just feel like I've not really spoke about it, you see, because obviously I have my podcast on the Monday talking National League. So I've not really spoke about it. But yeah, this is where things obviously changed. Concede a goal. We concede a goal, and do you know what as well? It was Callum Roberts, somebody who I really, really like. I think he's been a fantastic player, obviously this season as well. Very good player for Scunthorpe. It was just such a shame that obviously we conceded that goal because it was a mistake. In my opinion, I feel like Callum Perry is really struggled for the last couple of games, if I'm being honest, Callum Perry. I know I mentioned it, obviously, at the Brackley game. He just didn't seem himself. I think he really has struggled. And my personal opinion was it was a little bit sloppy. It could have obviously done better. Callum Roberts obviously capitalised on that. And then he did score 2-1. So then this baffles me so much, right? This substitution. And it's no disrespect at all, by the way, to Jake Berger, because I do like Jake Berger. I really, really do like him. But Devante Rodney, to be fair, did have a quiet game against Scunthorpe. So I do understand taking Devante Rodney off because he's having a quiet game. But I don't understand why you put Jake Berger on, because I feel like Devante Rodney offers the physicality side of it that the likes of obviously Adi Barlow lacks. So bringing obviously Devante Rodney off, I would have, in my personal opinion, put Conor McBride on, because I feel like with Conor McBride, he really can hold his own. He's got a lot of strength. Obviously, Conor is more physical out of those other players that were on the bench. Can obviously play in that position too. And I just feel like with Conor McBride, he would have been a perfect fit to replace Devante Rodney if you are going to take Devante Rodney off, because Scunthorpe do have a lot of physical players. And I just didn't understand the Jake Berger substitution. And as I said, it's no disrespect to him. I think he's a fantastic player. But from that moment when he brought Jake Berger on for Devante Rodney, I just felt like we lost that physicality side of it, and it put us under a lot of pressure, to be honest. I don't know if anybody else agrees with me on that. Just really, really quickly, by the way, I will go back to the chat. If I haven't read your comment out, I will. I'm just doing it at the right time, by the way. Barlow is starting more times than McBride or Berger. I like Adi Barlow. I just really like Conor McBride. And I don't know what's happened with Conor McBride, because I feel like he's been quite hard done to, if I'm being quite honest. He started the season very, very well, Conor McBride. And I honestly don't understand why he's been so out of favour. I really, really don't. I really rate him, mate. I really, really rate him. I thought Danny Whitehall was Scunthorpe's best player on the night, and I guess a point was fair result as Scunthorpe pushed us back. Yeah, they did. I thought it was a fair result. My problem was just the fact that we were 2-0 up again, and we dropped those points. The Scunthorpe commentators even said that Rodney is one of Dale's better players, and he's one player they actually feared. Honestly, I wouldn't have took him off. My personal opinion, like, I'm not Jim McNulty, but my personal opinion is I would not have took Devante Rodney off. He was having a quiet game, but I feel like with Devante Rodney, even when he is struggling for form, he does have that in him that can obviously strike a ball. Obviously, he's got that physical side to him. It can hold his own as well, Devante Rodney. So I wouldn't have took him off, but I just don't understand why they put Berger on, because they're two completely different players. And Berger is very, very lightweight, in my opinion, which is obviously not down to him. It's not like a bad thing. Being a player like that is more technical, obviously very, very good, very quick paced as well, Berger. But I just feel like we didn't need that at the time. I feel like we needed something really, really physical about it to kind of the like thing with Devante Rodney. Rodney made up for Wednesday. He was poor on Wednesday, but he barely made. Yeah, no, I get that. And that's why I feel, I don't know if you agree, Adam, but when I saw that substitution with Devante Rodney coming off, I felt like Devante Rodney probably should have gone off because he was playing very, very poor. I just think they should have brought someone a little bit more physical on, because with those Scunthorpe defenders, they were pushing Berger around quite a lot. Yes, Alaraki did score for his country. Very, very good. Love Taryn. Do love Taryn. But yeah, obviously, they did get back into the game. It was 2-1. It made some substitutions, Jim, as we've said. And then, obviously, Scunthorpe did score another. Yeah, do you know what? I've not even mentioned this, sorry. But, I wouldn't say he's crap. But yeah, Hosanna, I didn't get that either. I didn't get bringing Hosanna on, because same again, I think he's a very lightweight player. Yes, if Luke Cannon is tired, I completely get make a change. But I just feel like with Hosanna as well, he's similar to Berger, where Scunthorpe have some very, very physical players who can bully you off the ball. And in my opinion, they should have brought Conor McBride on and Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith may be little, but it can hold his own, Tyler Smith. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate that. Thank you so, so much. But yes, they did get into the game. Obviously, Alfie Beeston scored. This frustrates me as well because leading up to this goal, it could have been prevented, in my opinion. Could have been prevented. Our defenders, obviously, as Chris did mention previously, I thought they were in, obviously, Winterbottom's way. Couldn't see, couldn't do anything about it. But leading up to this, what happened, Jake Berger obviously went down for a free kick. Didn't get that. And then I just feel like in that moment, we should have just cleared the ball then and just carried on. We shouldn't be going down for those easy free kicks. And obviously it backfired onto us. And then they scored. So it's just so frustrating. And I did tweet reactionary. I'm not going to lie. I was really, really, really gutted. And I don't know if it felt like this to anyone else, but it felt like a loss to me, if I'm being quite honest. Even though we got the point, in hindsight, it is a fantastic point against, obviously, playoff contenders in Scunthorpe. But the way it happened and the way, obviously, we dropped points, it just reminded me so much of Halifax. It reminded me so much of last season. Just those games where we were cruising. Southend, Bromley, obviously Spennymoor. We were doing well. We were cruising. We were controlling the game. We make those silly substitutions. And then that happens. But yeah, that game, I didn't think we obviously deserved the win. It would have been fantastic to get the win. Don't think we deserved it. I think the last few games, we've not really been up to scratch. I think we've really, really, really struggled, if I'm being quite honest. Obviously, going to the Sutton game now, I think that was a game where it showed that, yet again, we were struggling. Sutton, I feel, controlled that first half. They really, really did. I think it got to a point where I was looking and we had like 30% of the ball, which is not like us at all. I feel we went more defensively. I don't think we were necessarily playing like we usually do. And I don't know if that is because of pressure, in a sense. Like, are the players feeling the pressure? Were they feeling the pressure at that point? And yeah, it's just really frustrating, isn't it? But we will get onto this game because as frustrating as it was, what happened? I'll quickly go back to the comments. David has put, you've really perked up, Shah. Good times, lady. You never lose that sparkle. Suits you. Oh, thank you so, so much. I do appreciate that. We've got as well. Look at you being on the zone, Charlotte. Love to see it. I know. I don't know how. I do not know how. But it was a really, really great experience. And I'm so, so lucky to have obviously been asked to go on it. I just want to say as well, it was just fantastic. Like the whole people who obviously organised it, from Reese, from production. And then you've obviously got the likes of the host, Aaron McLean, and Quecker as well. Just really, really chilled guys. Really, really nice. Made me feel very, very welcome as well. So yeah, it was fantastic. I couldn't obviously go to the Sutton game, so it was just really nice to be part of non-league day and have the opportunity to represent my club. I hope I did a good job, by the way, everyone. Yes, players are struggling physically and mentally. Do you know what, though? I know us as fans, we're going into it now and we're thinking like, oh, they bottled it, they're doing this, they're doing that. But put ourselves in the players' shoes. Like I said, they must be feeling like mentally exhausted, physically exhausted as well. There's just so much happening at the moment. But they did us so, so proud in those final moments yesterday. Like the game itself, Perry Army, yes. Love Callum Perry still. But yes, yesterday, it just reminded me a little bit of like the last few performances. I thought we were very, very weary, to be honest. I thought we did look very, very tired. We didn't have that spark about us that we've had, obviously, in previous games prior to the last, I'd say, three, maybe four. We didn't really have that spark about us. As I mentioned, it was just quite slow from Dale. I thought Winterbottom was the one player who really, really stood out in that first half, even though obviously it's not a good thing. I thought he was our busiest player. I thought obviously he did really, really well keeping us in it at times, because despite them not having too many chances, Sutton, and we didn't have very many chances in that first half either, I thought Winterbottom obviously dealt with what he had to deal with very, very well. But yeah, just going into this game, Devante Rodney obviously being dropped to the bench, I think he needed that. I think with Devante Rodney as well, physically he needed that, mentally he obviously needed that as well. So yeah, he really did make up for it when he came on. But I'm just, honestly, yesterday, I'm just absolutely mind blown still. Absolutely mind blown. Think about it, 41 games and 98 points is fantastic, and we haven't really got the finances like York, Carlisle, Forest Green. Yeah. I agree. No, I agree with that completely. But yes, going into yesterday's game, that second half we will talk about, because the first half obviously pretty dull, as I've mentioned, but then the second half, obviously the goals didn't come till late either. It was obviously half-time substitution. Ian Henderson coming on for Manny Desirue. I don't know if anybody saw the end of the game, which we will get onto because of some of the scenes from the fighting, from the arguing at the end. But I don't know if anybody saw Manny Desirue obviously limping, which isn't a good sign at halftime. It did come off. Ian Henderson did come on. No, he didn't come on, sorry. Yeah, it was Ian Henderson, weren't it? Yeah, it was Ian Henderson. I don't know why I'm doubting myself here. It was 100% Hendo who came on. But yeah, Ian Henderson came on, obviously, for Manny Desirue. So I just want to, hopefully, if Manny is watching, which he probably isn't, just say, get well, extra, extra soon. We need you. Top scorer. We need to catch Ollie Pearce. Not too many behind him. But yes, we need to, obviously, we need our Manny D. We cannot lose him. Cannot lose him. Yes, I remember this, sorry. I didn't say that. Dan Moss, 100%, I think, in my opinion, was a penalty. First game could have changed. Then again, we don't need a penalty. We don't want penalties because we don't score penalties, remember? We don't score penalties, so we don't want a penalty. Don't want a penalty. But yeah, obviously, Ian Henderson did come on. Goal for Sutton didn't come till the 79th minute, but just before that, obviously, Ian Henderson did have the ball in the back of the net. It was ruled out due to being offside. And then straight after that happens, a wonder goal. Do you know what? It was a fantastic goal. Like, it was frustrating. So frustrating, because I had flash score on as well. And I got the message through that York had got a penalty the same minute as then Sutton go and score that fantastic goal. It was Charlie Bell as well. So yes, credit where credit's due. I will clap him because that was a very good goal. But you know, when you just think, really, is this really going to happen to us? Charlie Bell gets that goal. Ollie Pearce scores his penalty. 1-0 down. York then go 1-0 up. At this point, actually, on DAZN, just before this happened, and I mean literally just a couple of minutes before this panned out and this happened, I finished my segment on DAZN, said bye to the guys. They said, thank you so much for coming on, all that spiel, which was obviously amazing. I was like, yes, thank you for the opportunity. And then as soon as this happened, Reese WhatsApped me and was like, is there any chance you could come back on because of how it's panning out? Part of me didn't want to come back on because obviously it was going against us. But yeah, I jumped back on the live link. They were asking me questions about what do you think and what do you think is going to happen. Sutton have obviously scored a fantastic goal. We were talking about the goal. And then live on air, Devante Rodney comes up with that cracking strike. And what a strike it was by him. I thought when Henderson, Rodney and McBride were all up front together, they really, really, really did shine. And that was when it changed the game completely. So yeah, fantastic goal by him. My live reaction and stuff. Obviously, I was live on air. And then I actually said to the guys, I was like, Ian Henderson, moment of magic. That's going to happen. Said bye to the guys and stuff. And then Ian Henderson, the goal, the actual hero. My God, I thought Keith Hill was my God, my Jesus. But Ian Henderson outdoes them all. Like Ian Henderson, he should have a statue at Rochdale. I'm gonna get him on a canvas in my front room. That guy, the best this club has ever seen. Stats say it. He's in the history books. Ian Henderson, the man, the myth, the legend. Yes, I am keep going on about it because there is not enough words to say about this player. Oh my God, he gave us, I just wish I was there to be honest, but he gave us the best, one of the best moments of the season. And as anybody could see on those celebrations from the players, from the staff, from the fans, oh my God, what a fantastic goal poach. He was there at the right time. Ian Henderson, take a bow. My God. I think there is going to be like so many people will be naming. If you're a Rochdale fan right now and if you're having a boy, Ian's going to be coming back in. They were saying Gary's were going extinct. Ian's were going extinct. Not in Rochdale will the name Ian ever go extinct because this man, everyone's going to be naming a child after him. Literally, he's that good. He is that good. I do not have enough words to say about this man. He's fantastic. He is absolutely fantastic. I love him. I literally love him. Let's go back to the chat anyway. But yes, those celebrations were absolutely fantastic. Like, they were immense. And it's gone viral, hasn't it? Like, those celebrations have gone viral because of just the limbs, how the players are getting involved. Kyron Gordon as well. If anybody didn't watch it, look at Kyron Gordon when the players are celebrating. He just runs. You've got Luke Hannon going across the pitch. You've got Tyler Smith going across the pitch as well. It was just absolute scenes, and I was not expecting it. But what makes me laugh the most about this is the York fans now who were saying, obviously, play until Rochdale score. How many late goals have they scored all season? How many times as well? I know it was 90+7. How many times that Hartlepool game, that York Hartlepool game, how many added minutes did they have and how many added minutes did they play? So pot kettle black, you are calling us out, but how many times has this happened to you? So it makes a change that we finally had this look. But yeah, Ian Henderson is the man. I am going to get to all your comments now as well. I'm just in awe of him. Like, literally, I feel so lucky to have been watching Rochdale while this man has been playing football for our club. And I genuinely think, hand on heart right now, Ian Henderson is the best player I have ever seen at Spotland in a Dale shirt. Like I said, I just can't say enough words to tell you how much this guy means to this football club. I love him, honestly, literally. As Chris said as well, well, we wasn't alive to see Reg Jenkins play, so glad we got to see Hendo break records. One more season so we can break Gary Jones's appearance record. I hope so. Honestly, what I would do to see that from Hendo. I love him. I just think he's such an incredible player, but not just that, just his mindset to do better, to always do better, to never give up. Everything about Ian Henderson, he's just Mr. Successful because of that mindset he has and because he just never, ever, ever gives up. I love him, honestly. There was a few to be fair, but I think a lot of them, to be fair, were doing it like in more a joking way, you know, because they kind of know, and that's happened to them this season. So I think because we've been moaning about obviously York fans doing it, they were doing it as a little bit of banter. But you know what? This season and since this title race, there's a lot of York fans I've actually become friends with. And as much as it's obviously one of them where we want to keep winning, obviously we have that banter between us and there's that little bit of obviously like back and forth with York fans. I really want York to get promoted as well because they deserve it so, so much, honestly. And in my personal opinion as well, I feel like with this title race, for both teams' sake, it has to be decided before that final day. Because part of me feels like then you can prepare yourselves for the playoffs, whichever team doesn't end up winning it. I personally think on that final day, if it goes down to it, it will be that much of a kick in the stomach that it could really, really hurt that other team that do not get promoted on the day and go up as champions. I really, really do, because I just feel like it would be so like gut-wrenching and just so much of a kick in the stomach for that to happen. So part of me, regardless of what happens, regardless of who wins, as much as National League fans really, really want it to go down that last game of the season, I think for either side, it's better off to be done with before that final game. I don't know if anybody else agrees with me, by the way. I have heard about that one. I had a few Woking fans message me on Twitter and say, we tried our best to obviously help, but they got a dodgy penalty. At least they score their penalties, though. That's one thing that we should be jealous of. At least Ollie Pearce is scoring their penalties. He just can't seem to. That's why part of me was relieved when Dan Moss didn't get that penalty, because I thought, who's going to score it? I wonder if Hannon ends up on penalties. I think he's pretty good at penalties, Luke Hannon, so it wouldn't surprise me if he has a dab next penalty we get if he's on the pitch. The title race turning both fans grey. Every game, it's crazy. It's absolute crazy, honestly. crazy. But it's such a good advertisement for non-league football. And I was saying this yesterday on DAZN. This title race, last season in National League South and how that panned out, and this season now in National League is such a good advertisement for non-league. You're obviously getting your big names coming in now who these youngsters are drawn to. More and more people are coming supporting the local teams because they can't afford it at Premier League clubs anymore. So this is a fantastic advertisement for non-league football, and may long it continue as well. They have. I've never seen a decent Rochdale versus York game. Always 0-0 or 1-0 games. Boring in a past for me. They battered us, didn't they, last time? We went in, it was pretty even at their place, and then obviously Maynard made some tweaks in how Josh Stone played, and he outshone us that game. Josh Stones was excellent in that game against us. Just go back to the chat now because I know there is a lot of chat, so I do apologise, everyone. Me and Thea are going to the next two. The York game is sold out and it's my birthday weekend. Shad, you know, any good twos? Is this really going to come down to Dale versus... Oh, I'm hoping not. For my sake, because I'd probably just be sat on the toilet all game. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. And obviously for players' sake as well, whether it's us, whether it's York, I just think it has to be decided beforehand for that other team because it could seriously affect them and their mentality. Honestly, I'm not mentally prepared for it, and that's why I think I tweeted so. Like, don't get me wrong, my tweets weren't bad, but I do not tweet in a reaction to our losses. I'm quite a level-headed fan. But after that Scunthorpe game, because I think it was just frustration out of having those games in hand like Southend, and then obviously going on to the Scunthorpe game, we've dropped points, obviously the Halifax game as well. I think it was just a little bit of like reaction and, oh, we're going to bottle it, we're going to do this, and making it hard for ourselves, when in hindsight, if anybody would have asked me at the start of the season and they actually said to me, right, you're going to be in this position at the end of the season, you're going to have these games left and you're going to end up playing York on the final day, would you accept it? Of course, because I never, ever in a million years thought we were going to be contenders for the title. I thought we'd have a very, very, very good season. I thought after us keeping a lot of the core squad from last season, obviously then adding Manny Dzarue to it, Luke Hannant now, you've obviously got Oliver Watmouth, you've got Perry, you've got all these other fantastic players like your Pritchards. I know obviously he's injured now. I thought we've obviously can get a decent place, like good playoff place, hopefully semi-final playoff place. I never in a million years would have thought we would have been top of the league with obviously 3 points ahead. So I think that's fantastic. And that's where I had to kind of reassess things. And when I did calm down, I was like, Charlotte, what are you doing? What are you doing? You would have snatched everyone's hands off at the thought of this at the beginning of the season, because so many people predicted, obviously, Yorks, your Southend's. I was one of those people as well. My predictions, I had York to win it. I obviously had Southend up there too. So, yeah, I think sometimes, as much as it is frustrating that we could have had that little bit of a cushion between first and second, at the same time, we are very, very lucky being in the position that we are in. It's just the goal difference that scares me, because as I mentioned previously, it's like York having that extra point, isn't it? And especially with the record. The only thing that obviously is getting me through it as well, even though York obviously have that very good record against Dale, we have been very good at home. We've only dropped 4 points at home, haven't we? That draw against Scunthorpe and then the loss against Halifax. So we are very, very good at the moment. Touch wood at home. I don't want to jinx us. Let's have a look here. Bear with me, everyone. Bear with me. This season, title race to Wrexham or Notts-Co. We've got as well, we have lost twice to York this season, so can win. Exactly, third time lucky. Third time lucky. I keep winding Morgan up as well, who's on the Absolute Football podcast, and saying to him, because they were all calling Manny Duku, weren't they, when he signed? I was like, Manny Duku's going to get the winner against you. Never mind Manny D, we've got Manny Do. Henderson, no. Imagine the goal, scoring a winning goal against York, that takes us up. That would just put the icing on the cake. And as I said, I love him already, but I would love him even more. I don't think it's even possible for me to love Ian Henderson anymore, to be honest. I swear to God, right? Hand on heart, I don't have any tattoos on me. I have none whatsoever. But if Hendo scores the winning goal, that gets Rochdale promoted. I will get a Henderson tattoo. Probably not his face. I'll probably get like a number 40 or something, or just like a quote or something Ian Henderson has said before. I'll do it though. Anyone can clip this. I will do it. I promise. I promise. That'll be my first tattoo. Love that. Love that. I know in the chat it was mentioned, but that's quality. Do you know what though? I really love the fact so many like ex-big names and big names now in the whole like entertainment industry, sport industry are coming to non-league football. I think that is so good for non-league football. Get them on board with 3 up, 3 down. Like imagine if these names could help publicise the 3 up, 3 down. Let's get on it. Jermaine Defoe. Everyone tag Jermaine Defoe and say 3 up, 3 down. Get him on it. It gave me a like and follow Hendo class. I love that. I love that. I will go to some of your comments now. I do apologise. But we have to give Ian Henderson some love, don't we? So David has put, has Rochdale been playing differently the last 2 or 3 games? Is Jim and Rochdale attacking more quickly, risking defending? I personally think it was really, really slow the last few games, if I'm being quite honest. I thought it was really slow. I think sometimes as well we need to just go for it and hurt teams like York do. I know obviously we want to keep that great defensive records. We don't want to leak too many goals, but I feel like with York, they score a lot of goals and they really do go for it. And I think sometimes we slow the game down a lot. I know we like to be in control of the game, but sometimes we just need a shot because, like I mentioned, we've seen it before with Easter this season, seen it before with Casey Petit, Harvey Gilmore, Luke Hannant the other day, even Devante Rodney yesterday. When they've shot from far out and they've had a dab, they've scored. And I feel like we do not shoot enough, like from out of range. I really do. We need to start doing that. We've got some really good players who can hit a ball, haven't we? I do miss Harvey Gilmore though, and I feel like we have missed Toby Adebayo rolling. I don't know if anybody else agrees, but I do feel like we have missed Tobes. There has been times we have created chance. That's what I mean. We do need to be a lot more clinical. I know we have been creating a lot of chances. I think I said it last time we were on. Was it last week where we've been creating a lot of chances, but we've just not been clinical enough? Yeah, KSI, Defoe, Robbie Savage, Mark Hughes. There's more and more coming to the lower leagues, isn't there? Andy Carroll as well. Andy Carroll. Do apologise. Oh, man. I'm choking. Bubble. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. I think I've got too excited talking about Hendo. Hope I'm not losing my voice again. To be honest, I don't have many thoughts. I don't need to know too much about #United to really comment. You're probably best off asking in our non-league chat tomorrow. I know there's a lot more opinions on it. Maybe Jack Cork and Ashley Barnes should get in lower league football to be the manager and such, or maybe Scott Parker to learn his traits again. It's frustrating, isn't it, with Scott Parker, because he's a very good championship manager, but he just doesn't quite have it for Premier League. And I feel like he's adapted a little bit more this season, but he never really adapts as much. He's quite stubborn, isn't he, Scott Parker? Oh my God, I think I'm losing my voice. I hope so. Robbie Savage and Mark Hughes are high-profile names, but both of them. That's what I love. Me and Morgan have said it a lot recently. You have got those real big names, which is fantastic for non-league football, but you've got the more relaxed managers. You've got the more who are not in the limelight as much, like your Jim McNulty's, Stuart Maynard's, Luke Garrard's, who are doing, and even Andy Butler as well, who are doing a fantastic job at their football club, but they are not getting the publicity as much because they're not very big names like these people. But then sometimes I do prefer it like that, where we have not got the big names like your Robbie Savage and Mark Hughes, because I feel like that could put a certain amount of pressure on you because you are a big name. Whereas your Jim McNulty's, your Stuart Maynard are just going along, doing their own business quietly, going under the radar as well. I think more and more people are now talking about them because of his title race, as they should. But I feel like there is a lot more, and there was a lot more pressure on Robbie Savage and Mark Hughes because they're obviously well known, aren't they, when it comes to football? Just going to put some comments up as well. Just quickly as well, we won't talk about it too much because it is nearly time for me to go. But Morecambe. I want people's score predictions and I want any goal scorers as well. Because on paper, we should win this game. Obviously, they are down at the bottom. Obviously, Dale are looking at, hopefully, fingers crossed, winning this championship, winning a National League, getting promoted. But the return of Jim Bentley, I know a lot of our fans have been very opinionated when it does come to Jim Bentley, haven't they? So it would just be typical for our Rochdale side to drop points against Morecambe and Jim Bentley. But I want to know everybody's opinions. Do you think we will win? Who do you think will play as well? Do you think it'll be a similar team? Do you think the likes of Conor McBride will play? Because, as I've mentioned, Conor McBride to me, he's actually, I'm not just being biased because he is one of my favourite players. I will hold my hands up. He's one of my favourite players. It has been since last season. I think he's very, very good. Obviously, some of the goals he scored as well, this season in particular, that goal he scored, that home game, I cannot remember who it was against for the life of me. Don't think it was it Solihull Gateshead? I've got one of them two teams in my head. But anyway, it was a very good, wonder goal. It was fantastic. But I feel like Conor McBride has some real good qualities about him. I think he does offer something completely different to our other attackers, Conor McBride. And as I said, with Conor McBride, he can hold his own. He's very, very physical when it comes to it. He's not afraid to kind of show a defender who's boss as well. And I really like that. I love those kind of players who are not shy when it comes to obviously pushing, holding their own and stuff. And I feel like Conor really deserves a chance now. He's been out for a little bit. I don't know what's happened, whether it started off an injury, whether he's just been out of favour. But I've really missed him in the team. And I feel like now is the time for Conor, hopefully, fingers crossed, if he does get the opportunity to come on and shine. I really, really do. Same. Oh, you think we'll win 3-0? Good shout. What month will be back, and maybe Taz could start instead of Dan Moss and start McBride and Rodney behind Manny? Do we know what's wrong with Manny D and whether Manny D will be playing? Because like I said, I know he was limping yesterday. So part of me wonders whether we will give Manny D a break against Morecambe, possibly play Ian Henderson up top. Don't know though. Could be completely wrong, but I'm not too sure on the situation with Manny. I don't know if anybody else has any more details. I would love to know. I'm just having a quick look to see if anyone's posted anything on Twitter about it. I hope Taryn gets another chance as well. I know there's been a few people obviously on at Taryn recently. But I really like Taryn. I really, really do. And what people need to remember with Taryn is he's not actually, and he hasn't really been playing in the correct position since he became a Dale player. He's a lot better further forward instead of the more wing back role where you have to do your defence. I feel like he lacks defensive qualities. He's done very, 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 very well, to be fair, because he's not that kind of player. He's a very attacking player and he loves going forward. I feel like Taryn, when you've got Taryn Alaraki playing, similar to Adi Barlow, they just like driving the ball forward, which sometimes I feel like we really do need. Really, really do need. But I just think people have to cut Taryn some slack because he's not playing in the right position. He's a lot better further forward. Oh, no. Hopefully. To be fair, though, we could potentially give him the break and put Hendo on, or even Tyler Smith. Even we've got Manny Duku as well. Worth a shout, to be honest. Not really seen much of Manny, have we? Well, Manny Do. Seen a lot of Manny D. Not a lot of Manny Do. But yes, I am going to close out now, guys, because I do have another stream after this one. Not till 10 o'clock, though. And if anybody does want to laugh, I am on Flawless's channel. I am streaming on Sarcasm City, and we are playing some Grand Theft Auto online. I'm not a gamer girl, never have been, so this could be comedy gold. If anybody does need a laugh, go over to there. Just really quickly as well. Chris has put, I think it was just precautionary, as Manny D wanted to carry on, but McNulty thought it was best to come off at half-time. Instead of Manny D, then could start a new player. Yes, I've not mentioned our loan players. I don't know too much about them, if I'm being quite honest. But has anybody seen much of them? Are you impressed with them? It's always nice to have fresh faces, isn't it? Thank you. I do need the look, to be honest. I am terrible, so I do need the look. But before, obviously, we close out, and I do come back to any comments if anybody does have any opinion on the new players, just want to say, you can find me, bear with me, why, for some crazy reason, has my screen gone a little bit crazy. I don't even know what I'm doing. Do you know what? Let me remove myself for a minute. I'm having a nightmare tonight, but the graphic cannot be shown, but you can find me on YouTube. I am ball and all with Shah. Please, 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 if you're not already, subscribe, like the stream, turn on that bell notification as well for when I am going live. You can catch me as well. I am ballandall_ on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Yes. And my personal Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok as well is SharXRAFC. So you can find me on them socials. I don't know what happened then. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Not an expert. But yes, you can catch me on them. Oh, Dan, I will text you back, by the way. I have got your text. JK Gordon was at Carlisle when we got promoted to League One. He'll work hard for the team 100%. Love that. Love that. We have got as well in a comment, Lee. I'm not a Dale fan, but tune in because you're beautiful inside and out and make me smile in this dark world. Oh, thank you so much. I hope you're okay. And I'm glad, obviously, I can put a smile on your face. Aw, thank you. Oh, Grimmy, I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm like. Chaos just arrives when I'm here. I just bring chaos to everyone's lives. I'm hoping good chaos, though. And I think I'm on with Grimmy on the Absolute Football podcast on Tuesday. He's probably regretting his decision now he knows I'm on. But England watch along. And as well, I only heard from Carlisle fans said he is pays to burn and did okay for them. That's good then. That's good. Well done, Shah. Oh, thank you. I will keep smiling. Yes, Grimmy. Can't wait. It's been ages since I've streamed with you as well. I bet you've proper missed me, haven't you? It's definitely not. But thank you so much, everybody, for your continued support. You have all been incredible, whether it's been my work on the Absolute Football podcast, whether it's been support on my own channel. And I got so many lovely messages yesterday about my DAZN appearance. So thank you from the bottom of my heart so much. I wouldn't be obviously getting these fantastic opportunities if it wasn't for all of you. You're absolutely incredible, and I do appreciate every single one of you. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Hopefully you all have a fantastic week next week as well, and we can hopefully get another 3 points. Up the Dale. Have a lovely Sunday evening. Bye, everyone.